Hey guys, Kiara Bickers here. So Bitcoin just hit 24,000 and where are we going to go from here? That's what I want to talk about in this video. So I have a couple notes here. This should be pretty quick. Really, I just want to get my thoughts out at the end of 2019 and talk a little bit about where I think Bitcoin is going and where this channel in terms of covering Bitcoin is going to be going. So let's get into it. All right, so Bitcoin just hit the new all-time high of 24,000. This is a big deal for Bitcoin. This is huge. This is monumental for Bitcoin. I'm super pumped. The question is, why did this happen? Why did Bitcoin, at least for me, why did Bitcoin all of a sudden hit this new all-time high? How is this different than the all-time high that it hit in 2017 when we kind of touched that 20,000 several years back? I think what's uniquely different about this attempt to push past 20,000 is really the institutional investors as well as the reduced mining subsidy. So the mining subsidy, ultimately, for people who are unaware, which I'm sure everyone who's watching this video and who's interested in Bitcoin is probably aware, is the amount of Bitcoin that can be earned through producing the next block. Because that's been reduced since the halvening, I think, as these institutional investors come in, and I was reading it's over 10, I believe 13 or more publicly traded companies that have all bought Bitcoin and shared that information. Well, they have to because they're public, right? So they have to disclose their financials, right? And now they're buying a whole bunch of Bitcoin at a time when less Bitcoin is being mined, produced. There's two other components that I think are really going to affect what I see is going to happen in 2021. Firstly, trading volume is down, so that might mean that the price will come down with it, just a tad. I'm more interested in the technical side of this, but I think it was worth talking about Bitcoin from a price perspective just because this was a new all-time high. And, from my perspective, when I see trading volumes come down like that, then it says to me that probably prices will come down as well in the short to medium term. In the long term, still extremely long Bitcoin. This is just the short to medium term. In the slightly longer term, so let's say if that was in the next 1 month or 4 months, I think in the slightly mid to longer term, like 3 months to a year, 2 years, it seems as if the dollar is going to drop substantial value, just evaporate out of everyone's bank accounts. And it's probably the case that people in these large companies see that coming as well, which is why they're buying Bitcoin. Of course, it's just speculation. I can't tell you why they're buying Bitcoin. All we know is that they are. It would be interesting to know how many hedge funds are buying Bitcoin, because really people with a lot of assets under management are going to be looking to put that value somewhere that it doesn't lose value in the time when the dollar collapses. Holding cash into 2021 is going to be a joke. A joke almost as funny as the $600 stimulus that I saw floating around yesterday. So with that being said, I will talk a little bit about this channel. So if you're new to this channel, I don't usually do price discussion on things, but because I talk about Bitcoin and Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, I figured, why not make this the first video back to my channel. Really, I tend to do videos on the fundamentals. So, I briefly explained, what happens when a block is mined, and I want to continue doing videos like that. Although I'm probably going to expand this channel to talk about more things than just Bitcoin and kind of cover finance, entrepreneurship at large, and still do it in this sort of technical systems thinking sort of way. So if you're new to this channel, subscribe. If you're a current subscriber, thanks for sticking around. I know I've been gone for over 4 or 5, maybe even 6 months now. I was really blindsided with the coronavirus shit. I mean, I was basically a prepper, but I was a prepper in a Chicago studio, so I had my freezer. I was only doing one shopping trip a month. I was also getting married, and then I had to reschedule my wedding because of coronavirus. So it's just been a lot, and now I have this great new studio. So my goal is to just make quicker, faster, dirtier videos, do less edits, and just put out more content for you guys, talk about what's going on in the news, talk about things that I find interesting, and, I hope that you can stick around for the ride. So cheers and more cheers, and I'll see you in the next video.